let's not waste time. Let me stand on the existing protocols. Because it has been well established already. This is a very serious matter. Before I start reading the speech given to me, I want to first say thank you to everyone. Thank you to Attorney General that organized this event. I am so happy about it. But isn't it high time we stopped this our administrative talk? Tell Nigeria what they want to hear. Delay it, and it goes swept in under the carpet. We need to change the narratives. We come up here, we read our speech, people listen, no implementation. The children are dying every day. The women are dying every day. Even the men are dying every day without justice. We base what we think about more on sentiments. We base it more on, that is, people will stigmatization. How long are we going to continue with this? If we want to move this country forward, we have to tell ourselves the truth. We have to tell Nigerians, we are sorry, we failed you, but we've woken up to make things happen. There's no way these things can happen without us changing our ways, including the police. I'm sorry to say this. The police has come up here, they've said, they've formed this by end of the year, this will be ready. For how long are we going to hear that? For how long? There is a case in Enugu right now where an 8-year-old girl was molested by her stepfather. For years, this man has been molesting this girl. Then all of a sudden, the petition was written to my office, and I called the Commissioner of Police Enugu. Pick this man up. That was when I was going for Unga. Pick this man up and let something be done about it. If you don't use one person as a typical example, this thing can never stop. We continue talking. It could be your child tomorrow. It could be mine. It could be your grandchild. And after I spoke to the Commissioner of Police Enugu, I spoke to the DC in charge of CID. I equally spoke to somebody in Judiciary. Let us use this as a typical example, which we must use. Nobody will stop it, because that child is a child of the state. We can't continue speaking grammar when innocent people are dying out there. My heart bleeds. And after I spoke to all these people, lo and behold, police as usual took this child to this man to court, gave him bail, and that will be the end of the matter if we don't all come together and follow up. We have to follow up. Enough is enough. Now, as we speak, the families of the man are on the woman. The woman has changed her mind to prosecute the case. That is always the case here. But let's use this and show them that that child does not only, the woman should even be sued for negligence. Because if she was not negligent, these things cannot be happening to an 8-year-old child for years without her knowledge. Talk less of she coming out there. I hope I'm not stabbing any, I hope I'm not doing anything bad here. I don't know why you people are agitated. I should shut up. So why is the agitation? I want to know. I am pleading with you people because I will not relent until that man is used as an example to teach others that business as usual is over. This time around, you commit a crime, you go in for it. Now, on female genital mutilation, that we started, we have the donors here, I suppose. They've brought in a lot of money, and as we speak, the problem has gone from 5 states to 9 states from the data. For how long? Children are dying, contracting diseases. Some of them end up not able to deliver children in future. They get infected by the local ways that are doing this female genital mutilation. And we're still folding our hands, prolonging things, bringing in bottlenecks that will make these things not to happen. For how long? Why are we not supposed to protect these children? Is it not our duties? If not, why the positions that we are holding? If Nigerians are dying every day from maltreatment, and the first thing you see, like the Calabar case, is to bring in sentiments. There's a woman in Lagos today who they almost lynched, lying against her that she was a armed robbers informant, while the woman is a lawyer. That case is there. I am still going to follow up the Commissioner of Police Lagos, and for any reason, any wuru-wuru comes in there, I will call on all of you. I will scream to the world, because those people must be brought to book. I heard they've arrested the woman that raised the false alarm. But this is the way it is in Nigeria. Raise alarm, everybody jumps into it. Sentiment. You try to tell them, let justice be done. It becomes a problem. They want, step down, step down. You're not supposed to be there. You're supporting this person, or you're supporting that person. But if you don't check well, an innocent person might go to jail, or a criminal might go free. Either of the two, one will happen, which is very important we check. So that is another case pending, of which we usually use it as a typical example to bring down blackmail. And the female genital mutilation. How do we do that? I was expecting us to please. I wrote an application with a nod from the president, asking for a mobile court to address these issues. I asked for a mobile court, and they promised me they were going to look into it. I've spoken to the governors. They are going to call it, if not the UNGA, that their chairman and some of them went with the president, first to India and then to United States. They would have done an emergency meeting to give us an approval. I want all of us to stand firmly on that mobile court, because that is the only way we can address this, and I will give you my reasons. As we speak today from our data, 24,720 reports have been laid. And as I'm talking to you, only 306 has been prosecuted. Think about it. So we're thinking about 22,420 pending, probably forgotten and swept under the carpet. Just imagine that. How can we continue like this if we don't tell ourselves the truth? Sit up, stand firmly to defend our fellow Nigerians. Who will do it for us? If we don't change things for Nigeria to start working, who will do it for us? Look at the president's renewed hope agenda. It's part of what he's looking into on women and children. Some women borrow babies. They go on the streets, they beg for alms, they sleep under the bridge with these babies to make money. These are people that are able, that could go out there and get empowered, and they start working. And we're all looking, some of us even come out and give her money, instead of looking into the baby she's carrying around. Another group, they carry small girls, children that are very sick. They go on the street with their deformities, which could be treated in national hospital with less than 800,000 to 1 million. And I will stop them before I became the minister. I will want to take the children, they will refuse. Environmental will see them, carry them to their office, collect bribe, and let them go. I can call people that I later used police to pick them up, and those children were helped and treated. And they will tell you the story of their experiences. So how long are we going to continue with this? One of them, I called him last week. I said, bring that child to my ministry. Bring the child. He said he doesn't have transportation. I sent him 25,000, of which I've told one of my staff to report to the police. He collected that money and disappeared. If you see this child's face and the condition this child is, you will not believe it. But I will get him. I promise you people, I will get him. But if I get him, what happens with our judiciary? How we know it is? It delays. How are we going to do that? It will delay till I even get old. It will not be addressed. And when I now get old, the man will go free. And that's the end of the matter. I'm already getting old. So who knows how long it's going to be? So I am pleading, let all of us stand firmly. If they could bring out mobile court for traffic offenders. Why not for the lives of our children and women? Why not? I know all of you here are capable of getting these things to work. If we decide to be truthful to ourselves and know that our country needs help, and that help can come from no other person than all of us, it will be very good. Then in the data again, 975 people are fatal cases. Those that died in the course of rape and some other gender offenses, and nothing has been done. Then 8,540 cases that are still pending either at the police station or within the courts. Convicted, only 306. Then closed cases, only 1,505. We're talking about 24,720. Note that those in the interior villages, they have no means of reporting to this data. So by the time you add them, you should be talking about probably 50-something thousand, because it is even more there. And that's why I suggested we create the mobile courts. Then in the course of creating the mobile courts, we equally empower some of these women in the villages so that nobody will give you excuse if you arrest the person that the children are home or hawking. The person will not give you excuse that it's because he or she does not have money. Let us empower these women in a different way, not handouts anymore. We could empower them by providing them with productive machines. When we provide them with these things, we create market like I have done already. A company in America has joined me when I went to Onga. We entered MOU. They're ready to be exporting whatever our people are producing. And there's already a hub that will teach them how to package these things. Now, rice. If we empower these women, we can increase the production of rice in the country. And food will come down. So we are expecting the rice milling machine 4-in-1, which we've already grouped these women in cooperatives. We women now, I'm advising them, no time to start having the kind of meetings you've been having before now, where you sit down and talk almost nothing. Nothing that will put food on your table. Let us focus on our country, because if we get women to focus and do better, the country will be saved from the crisis we were looking at before now. So those cooperatives, we gather them, those that are their areas produce rice, and we give them the rice milling machines. Those that their areas produce cassava, gari, we give them the gari milling machines, and we give them a target. And there's a seedling introduced to me by Deputy Chief of Staff to the President. That seedling produces multiple rice. We will give them those seedlings themselves and make sure they get enough land to plant. We will do same for the other groups, and we give them a target. And I can assure you, Women Affairs alone will bring in so much rice that rice price will drop. And at the same time, we're empowering the women. So when you empower them, they say a hungry man is an angry man. After you have empowered them, and they still go ahead, after we empower them, like I have explained, then we'll bring in the sensitization. You can't put up your jingles on radios and televisions alone. That's why we have brought in the Women Affairs Ministry. We have brought in town criers. And I've spoken to the NUJ president. They have to include this in a way. This is Africa. We can't treat ourselves the way Westerners treat themselves. They're not the same. There are people here that don't have light. There are people here that can't afford radios and televisions. So we bring in town criers in such areas where they will go in and speak in the languages they understand and tell them this is a crime. If you commit it again, there's a mobile court to look into it. And you have been empowered so that you will not be a hungry man that will be angry. You will now feel better with yourself, get busy with your lives, and then recognize the fact that you've been punishing your babies, taking it as ignorance, which is not an excuse in law. When they finish the sensitization and you commit the crime again, the whistleblowers we will get in to pay them salaries. We will get them in. Any report you make, you get some amount of money. We will get them in, arrest the person, The police comes in, then take the person to the hospital, confirm the genital mutilation was done freshly, then the mobile court comes in. By the time you jail or fine a few people, that particular thing will come to an end. We need to do this. Remember, you have empowered them before you're taking this action. When you give a hungry man food, whatever you tell the hungry man will agree because you've put food on his table. That's why I'm begging everyone, please support me on this. I beg you people, just put these people into consideration. Think about them. Let us work on this mobile court because what I'm talking about is far much more important than traffic. I know traffic is equally important, but we're talking about lives here more, especially on the voiceless people who can't speak for themselves. Just check the data I told you. But we don't have from those interior areas, of which we are still looking into, to get them to know how to report or to get how they could be reporting by creating coordinators across the state. But is it enough? It's still not enough. But if we bring up this mobile court, this fight all of you have been tirelessly fighting for, it will help us to bring it to an end.